checkered flag. Contact and Brian Rose wins it. A photo finish at the line. Oh, we got a wreck. Will Hewitt's through the trial for the final time, and oh, they're wrecking. Big trouble. Vincent Short sneaks through, and I think Short... Auto Club Speedway is the premier motorsports facility in Southern California. Built on the site of the former Kaiser Steel Mill near Fontana in 1996-1997 at a cost of $100 million. The track has 84,000 permanent seats and is home to NASCAR Cup and Xfinity Series races each spring. Constructed by Penske Corp as a clone to Michigan Speedway, the track was originally known as California Speedway. Later purchased by ISC, which subsequently sold its naming rights to the Auto Club of Southern California in 2008. In addition to a high-banked oval, Auto Club Speedway features several road course configurations, which have been used for sports cars, motorcycle races, as well as an infield track used for testing purposes. Given its proximity to Hollywood, the track has also appeared in scores of movies, television shows, and commercials. But tonight, it's the Black Horizon Truck Series Red Sim Design 200. It's coming up next on HBR TV.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Fontana, California, the Auto Club Speedway for tonight's Black Horizon Truck Series Red Sim Design 200. I'm Steve Singer with HBR TV. This is race number 1 on this truck series, and, well, we're going to go trackside because qualifying is just about underway. In fact, already underway. Let's follow the action. Lucas Simonson having some trouble handling that number 49 truck through turn 4. He's going to lock it up, possibly going to start fresh, go right back to pit lane. Indeed, he is. Going to try that one more time. Go back to Sam Fontaine here. He's out to take his first of 2 timed laps. At the stripe, the number 77 takes the green flag. Sam real tight up the racetrack, almost gets a piece of the safer barrier. Keeps his foot in the throttle down the back straightaway. Lap 1 for Fontaine in the books. 41.059. Slips to 6th position as Alphen takes the top spot currently. 40.94. Alphen slips to P2 as Pechin takes the top position. 40.77 for the 69. Alphen going to pick up his lap time here as he crosses the line. Faster, slower, a little bit quicker, 40.892, but still dropping through that timing tower. Pole goes to Fontaine as he crosses the stripe, 40.70. Big pickup for the 77. Again, that first lap did not look pretty. Almost got a piece of the wall off turn number 2, but made up for it big time on his second time around. Ben Pierce out of Covington, Georgia, his first lap of 41.11. Let's see if he can pick up here on lap 2. Crosses the line. 6 quick, 40.864. Big pickup for the 65 as well. Justin Bondurant. First lap of 40.867. That's a pretty quick time for a first time. First lap around, not always the quickest. We'll see if he can improve upon that. If he can, he may have a shot at the pole here. Lap 2, it's P1, 40.706 for Justin Bondurant. Almost an identical time to Fontaine. Let's look at it here. Fontaine was a 7.08. Rounded up to a 71, a 7.06. We're talking 0.02 of a second. The difference from pole to P2, at least for now. Tim Averill the third. One lap in, 40.952. He's going to dump it down pit lane. Not complete lap number 2. Asher Gwinzy. First lap, 41.421 for the 12 machine. Little pickup there as well, 41.338. Luke Knupp, the red sim design, number 29. Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. Five-minute session just about over. Will he get to the line? No, not in time. Tough break for Luke, but it is what it is. With that, let's take a look at our starting grid for tonight's event. On the pole position, it is indeed the number 11 of Justin Bondurant. To his outside is 77. Officially 1/1000th of a second off that pole position at Sam Fontaine. Row number 2, Trey Anderson, number 85. He starts third. Fourth goes to Chris Dean. Fifth is Sean Pechin, the number 69 out of Illinois. Sixth starting position, Jason Dalton in the number 2 machine. Luke Strayer, the number 41 with Grit Esports. He rolls off from the 7th position. Eighth goes to Luke Daniels, the Apex Sage team. Ninth, Stephen Miles, number 7 entry. Ben Pierce, the number 65, he starts 10th. Brandon Alphen, the 25, he'll roll from the 11th starting spot. Matt Telder, the number 1 out of Michigan, starts 12th. Dylan Glass, the number 16, he starts 13th. Jason Clark to his outside, out of Canada, he starts in the 14th position. Tim Averill, the third, Black Cat Racing, the number 3 starts 15th. Brian Sutphin, the number 26, starts 16th. Tristan Ledusher. I'm going to pronounce these wrong, guys. My first race, I got to get this stuff figured out. Either way, he starts 17th. Diego Sainz, again, I got to work on that one, starts 18th. Alex Cummings starts 19th. Josh Gagnon starts 20th. 21st, Cedric Ingram. 22nd, Cameron Ingram. Jacob Drift is going to start 23rd. Lucas Simonson, 24th. Tyler Brewer starts in the 25th position. 26 goes to Asher Gwinzy. 27th, Chris Scala. Luke Knupp, Factory Sim Sports, starts in the 28th starting position, and shotgun on the field. It's your starting lineup for tonight's Red Sim Design 200 Black Horizon Truck Series. First race of the season here at HBR TV. Field just about rolling off pit lane. In fact, they're doing just that right now. One time around, we should see the green flag the next trip by the starter stand. Diego says it's pronounced Signs, just like it's spelled. Not really, but close enough. All right, well, that's good. I was thinking Carlos Sainz. It's similar, but yeah, we'll go with that. Appreciate the correction. Again, guys, I'm pretty chat-friendly. It's not something you typically get to do with Fox Sports or NBC or anything like that, but I've got the chat up. I will take a peek at it as I can, and if you got questions, comments, concerns, who you cheering from, where you're watching from, I'd love to hear from you. Please, definitely chime in. Just keep it PG for the kids. Justin Bonnarant leading this field to the green flag. Pace vehicle leaves the racing surface, and we wait for Barney the flagman to throw the green, and he does. We are underway from Auto Club Speedway. Field starting to tuck into their positions. Bonnarant takes the top spot from pole position. Fontaine tucked in behind, about a lane up the racetrack from the 11. Off turn 4 for the first time. Bonnarant's going to lead lap number 1. Fontaine right to the tailgate of the 11 of Bonnarant. So far, so good. The top two unchanged, but the 48 machine, that's Chris Dean. The Dean machine working his way up closer to the leaders. He's tucked in behind the 77, making a move towards the front, but he does have somebody to the inside. Looks like that's Sean Petcham. We got trouble off turn number 2. 2, 3 trucks, 4 trucks, 5 trucks maybe in the fence of the back straightaway. We do not get the caution flag. Looks like Diego Sainz' caution does come out now. Jason Clark, Cameron Ingram, Brian Sutphin, sorry. First caution of the afternoon comes here on lap 3, now on lap 4. Let's try and get a look and see exactly what happened here off turn number 2. We saw it starting to develop. Oh, a little bit of net code there, but the 3 trucks come together off the corner, kind of puts the 13 as the meat in the sandwich. A couple other trucks getting involved as well. Yellow truck on the outside definitely gets loose. Seemed to had it corrected, but a little bit of net code sends him into, I think that was maybe the 26 truck. The 5 comes in, he gets collected. That was Cameron Ingram in that Gunslinger Racing Chevy Silverado. There you have it. Puts us under the caution flag for the first time this afternoon. Sam Barnes says also, any truck with spicy schemes on it is made by yours truly. That makes me a little nervous. What do we mean by spicy schemes? I hope that just means they're fire. I don't know. Drivers opting for pit lane, of course, some involved in that incident. Brandon Alphin, the number 21 Cowboys entry. Stephen Miles. Diego Sainz, of course, meat in the sandwich with that wreck. Chris Scala, the 22 Black Horizon entry. We just talked to, well, he's being cheered on here by Sam Barnes here in the stream chat. 26 of Sutphin. Yes, that was the other truck involved in that. Might need to change the color of the logo on the tailgate. It says be gentle. Can you make that neon green next time? A little early for this. So through that exchange, though, it looks like Sam Fontaine has taken over the top spot. Didn't catch that. They may have happened. Looks like it could have been in 3 and 4. Right as that caution was unfolding. Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. Take a look at the pass for the lead. We had a late wreck or a late yellow being thrown here. Those cars are already crashing off turn 2 as this is going down. But you see the 77 has a nose out in front, so he's going to hit that timing mark in the corner. Timing loop, so to speak. And then the caution comes out, but the 77's out in front, so he's going to be your leader as we get the restart. Sam Barnes says he lost 3 of them in that wreck. The 44, the 5, and the 13. All Sam Barnes liveries. Good news is it's the first race of the season. We got plenty more of these coming up. $100 laps around Auto Club Speedway here tonight. 200 miles. Drivers have 3 sets of tires over the wall, full fuel load, no fast repairs. Now, I got to be honest, it's something I do like to see, at least as a broadcaster. No fast repairs available. Some leagues run their whole season that way, maybe with the exception of a super speedway here or there, which I do appreciate at least one fast repair for that. But you guys do you. Pace car peels off the banking.
Green flag.
Green flag waves, and we're back underway. Riding on board with Justin Bondurant, see if he can do anything with Fontaine. Led the first few laps, but was unable to keep the 77 at bay. Now he's in the tire tracks. Fontaine out in front. It's poutine time. Sounds pretty good, actually. Bondurant looking to the inside down into turn number 1. Might make a move here for the top spot. They're side by side. Bondurant goes to the basement here, and he's going to slide up top to the first floor here and come across the nose of Fontaine and retake the top spot off turn number 2. Battle's shaping up here behind the leaders, about the 5th, 6th position. Further on back, 9th and 10th. 65 and the 41. That's Lucas Strayer going to the inside. Ooh, truck out of shape. Don't know if that was an oops or a planned move, but either way, got my attention down the back straightaway. Everybody's clean. The 65 truck, that's Ben Pierce that made that move. Seems to be okay. No damage to the right side of that machine. Seems to be well intended. Matt Telder in the number 1. Things still calm at the front of the field, but for how long, that remains the question. Didn't take long for Fontaine to make the move past Bondurant there. The first 3 laps went to Bondurant as far as being out in front. Fontaine took the lead away. That was just before a caution had come out. We don't know if it would have stayed that way, but we're going to find out. We're only 10 laps in. We've got 91, coming up 90 laps to go. I have a feeling we're going to see the 11 of Bondurant and Fontaine in the 77 battle it out all the way, but this top 4 right now pretty dicey. You can throw a blanket over all 4 of these trucks in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Flying in formation off turn number 2, Bondurant the lead pilot. Fontaine still rides in the 2nd position. The battle behind him, that's between Pechin and Daniels. Pechin on the bottom, that is the number 69 truck, that Black Horizon Toyota Tundra. Hard to see the number on that machine. That's the one that's tough to tell. That's Pechin. Up top, the 28, that's Luke Daniels. 4D Racewear. Pechin kind of nosing into 3rd place and out of it, back and forth, back and forth. He was far up as the door of the 77 about a half lap ago. Dives back to the bottom once again. It's the short way around. Are we going to go 3 wide here? No, I think the 28 of Daniels thinks better of it. The thing about Auto Club Speedway, it is so wide of a racetrack, but you do need to be conscientious of the fact that even though it might be faster on the bottom, even though you might be able to go full throttle the whole way around, you don't necessarily want to do either of those things on a regular basis, because you do have to protect the tires on these machines, have something left later on to contend with, because if you burn them off now, you're going to go to the back quick. Watching this battle between Luke Daniels and Sean Pechin. Pechin on the bottom, slides on the racetrack, contact with Daniels. They get away with it, straighten it back out, but they're going to lose a ton of momentum. You got 48 machine. That is Chris Dean going up the gut. He's going to get the 2-for-1 special at the start-finish line. He's going to go from 5th to 3rd. Daniels trying to recompose himself after that near miss with the 65. The trucks came together, both of those machines out of shape, gotten them straightened back out, continued on. Pechin, though, he has gone from, I think it was 3rd place back to 8th after that small amount of contact. Now the 9th position. Don't know if he's got any damage on that machine. Let's take a look. Ironically, there's a little bit of left front fender damage on that Toyota. I don't expect to see it hurting the aero on that truck too terribly, at least at this point. A little bit of right front damage as well. It's minor. Gonna have to deal with it for a while. Back out front, Bondurant continues to lead over the 77 of Samuel Fontaine. Chris Dean is third. Matt Telder fourth. Luke Daniels back up into the 5th position after a scary moment there. I think it was off turn number 4. Trey Anderson, the number 85, the Gravedigger truck, currently runs in the 10th spot. He's down about 6 positions from the drop of the green flag. We talked about tire conservation. Very well could be the case for the 85 here. Just playing it safe for a little while, let things shake out front. First race of the season. You may have some new guys here racing with each other that might just be trying to learn how the other races around you. Something that's very important to learn as a racing driver is who you're racing against and who you're racing with. Petchin taking a peek back to the inside. He's moved back up into the 6th position, at least for now, if he can clear the 41. That's Lucas Strayer. Strayer edges back just a nose. Petchin gets the run out of turn number 2. Still side by side. The drag race down the back straightaway. Just another thing to be concerned with when you have a scary moment like that, like Petchin had, to get the truck all crossed up, get that thing in yaw. A little bit sideways. Those tires are going to build heat a little bit faster than you really want them to. And in all reality, it takes quite a while to get them to cool back down and perform the way you're used to having them perform. May have been the case there for Petchin, as now he does start to work his way back towards the front once again, but it took him a little while to start attacking again. Top 2 starting to stretch it out a bit over Matt Telder in the 3rd position. He's got about a second to make up to catch these two. Lap 21 goes on the board. We're going to step aside briefly, get a side-by-side break out of the way. You won't miss a second of the action. Stay with us.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Auto Club Speedway for the Black Horizon Truck Series Red Sim Design 200. Samuel Fontaine, while we were in break, took over the top spot. Now Telder takes the second position while Bondurant rides in P3. You got to wonder if that was more of an issue about Bondurant possibly pushing a little too hard too early to get up to that top position. See if we can find the replay for that pass for the lead. In fact, here it is, lap 21, just a few laps ago. Looks like Bondurant got loose out of the corner, gets into the fence. This is off turn 4. Puts the right side in the wall. Fontaine carefully takes advantage of it and takes over the top spot. Bondurant still rides in P3, but he's going to have some damage to hopefully try and get repaired during his first green flag pit stop. Bondurant in third, but he's defending heavily here against Chris Dean. Dean goes to the inside, the number 48 truck, that red and black machine on the bottom. Closing in fast. He's going to clear the 11, but barely off turn number 2. Telder hangs on to that second position. He did drive away just a bit. I thought Chris Dean was going to make a move there relatively with ease and quickly. Doesn't seem to be the case, as now he suffering about a 2 to 3 truck length disadvantage over Telder. Fontaine looking in the rear view mirror, sees Telder coming. He's only got a 1/10 of a second over the 1 right now. I think Telder has found something here. He's closed back in, less than a truck off the number 77 as they approach lap 30. It's been Fontaine and Bondurant the whole race, but here Telder is challenging. He may have something for the 77. Field once again working off turn number 2. Relatively tame at the present time. Couple of side-by-side trucks there from 5th, 6th, 7th on back, but everybody else further back through the pack, single file, just running this out, I think, right now until they can hit pit lane. Actually, caution on the Speedway.
Guys, just quickly, just remember.
Possibly
nice
Tristan
smooth.
involved
Take it fluid.
in this.
Stay by those fans, do
Landauser?
what you can to keep cool.
Landauser? Someone help me with that one. Number 23 machine in trouble. Looks like this is getting into turn number 3. Second caution of the afternoon. Let's see what happened here. Coming off turn 4. Don't know if Tristan lost a bunch of momentum, but there was definitely contact. Somebody missed a message, I believe. Let's back that one up a little further here. Again, off turn number 2. Looks like the 19 truck. If I'm seeing that correctly. Yes, indeed. That's Cedric Ingram. And now we've got everybody and their brother down pit lane. Every lead lap truck taking the opportunity to get pit work completed for tires and fuel, I would imagine, is the recipe. Natalie Hint says Ladoucer. Ladoucer? Ladoucer. I'm going to go with that for now. Bondurant right side tires complete. Crew goes around to the left. It goes in the air. 4 tires and fuel for Bondurant. The 77 of Fontaine, he is down and away, but Tilder, he gets out of there. Teller, that is, before everybody. He's going to take over the lead on that pit stop. A quick stop for Telder. 14.47 seconds. Very, very quick lap, or pit stop for that matter. So it looks like our top 5, when we go back to the green flag here, is going to be Matt Telder in the 1, Sam Fontaine the 77, he'll be 2nd, Chris Dean 3rd, Lucas Strayer 4th, Sean Petchin 5th, and then we've got in 6th Trey Anderson, 7th Luke Daniels, Jason Dalton 8th, Dylan Glass 9th, 10th Alex Cummings, and 11th we've got Josh Gagnon, Tim Abril in 12th, Steve Miles 13th, Brandon Alphin 14th, Chris Scala 15th, Justin Bondurant all the way back into the 16th position. I can only imagine he took an extra amount of time there to get some repairs made to that truck. In fact, let's see here, 21.65 seconds in pit lane. So yeah, definitely some extra time with the pit crew to get some body work corrected on that number 11 machine. Still see a little bit of right front fender damage. Again, we did see him get into the outside wall. That's what gave up the lead for the 11. Let's see if he can battle back here. Matt Telder getting ready to restart this race and get things back underway. Pace car lights are off, so we will get the green flag this time by.
Ready, green, 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 green.
Ooh, contact with the leaders. Telder and a 48 go door to door across the stripe. Everybody gets it straightened back out. Now we're 3 wide through 3, 4, and 5. Scary moment there for Chris Dean. Went through the grass just a bit, loses a little bit of track position, but now the battle for the top spots between Telder and Fontaine off turn number 2. That battle's hot and heavy, and we got more trouble down the back straightaway.
Caution's out. Talk me through your lap one time real quick.
Trucks scattering all over the place, trying to find really where that originated from. I think it might have been the 69 truck first getting a little upset. Lucas Strayer listed as the only one really in the crash per se, but let's take a look. And there you see it, just starting to get kicked off here. We'll slow things down. '41 truck looks like he's going to get the brunt end of this. That is Strayer. Looked a whole lot bigger than it became. Looks like the 41 really the only one that's going to have the biggest amount of issue with this as far as damage is concerned. And I think he still managed to keep it off the wall. Yes, he did. Nonetheless, third caution of the afternoon. Trouble after the restart. We thought we were going to have it right at the start-finish line at the conclusion of lap 1 with the contact between Telder and the 48 of Dean. But through all that, Fontaine back in a familiar place, leading the race. Can't imagine anyone's going to pit at this point other than those with some damage. Let's try and get another look at this from the spotter stand. Zoomed way in. They were 3 wide. Patching a little bit of contact with Dean there. Sends him up into the 41, gets him crossed up. Dean drives right into the door of the 41 as he spins in front of him. With that, we're going to jump and get a quick break out of the way. We'll be back after this.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
We're not going to finish the commercial. We're going to watch the restart. Pace car down pit lane. Finishing up caution number 3. Fontaine leads them down. Green flag waves are back underway. Great restart for the 77. Puts about a truck, maybe even 2 on Christine. Three wide, a few rows back. No, truck in the wall. Not sure if that was Fontaine or not. Still 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. Can they hold it? Still awfully early here. Just about 40 laps on the board here. 61 to go. Fontaine starting to check out, but the battle here is the back of that top 10. Brandon Alphin in the 21. Chris Dean also back there. He has slid back to the 11th position. Not sure what's happened here with the 48. If he has some residual damage from that incident, it does appear he does have some front end damage to that Chevrolet. Definitely not very aerodynamic anymore, certainly hurting the 48's pace. He's all the way back to the 16th position. Still the battle here, back of this top 10. This is for position number 7. Bondurant there in 8th in the number 11 machine, but here up front for the second spot, Telder's got company. That's the 63 of Alex Cummings. Cummings up 16 positions on the day so far, biggest mover. Drivers changing lanes left and right. Again, we talked about how wide this place is. There's 3-4 lanes for sure that you can run through that tri-oval. Don't know if you can pull that off through the corners as far as 1, 2, 3, and 4 are concerned. Definitely 3 wide, sometimes maybe 4 wide, but I think that's about where it ends. Top 3 starting to get away as well. Dylan Glass up to P4. Jason Dalton now 5th. Top 3 real close together here, though. We're going to see if Teller's going to put some moves on the 77 and try and retake the top spot, this time under green flag conditions and not by way of pit strategy. And by strategy, I mean just a faster stop. Everybody took 4. Telder looks to the inside. Telder unable to make it stick on the bottom. Slides up the track just a bit. The 77 of Fontaine does pinch him down just enough to break that momentum. Fontaine back out in front. Clears the 1 down the back straightaway into 3 once again. But now that move has broken the momentum for Telder. It's opened the door for Cummings. Cummings stays up a lane. He's going to have a little bit more momentum on corner exit because of that. Telder a little loose, mid-corner, slides up in front of the 63 again. Here they are at the stripe. Fontaine again with the lap lead. And again, a big battle in behind. This is for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Bondurant working his way back towards the front. He's got a nose to 4th position, 3 wide, off of 2 again. You get it sorted out, back to 2 by 2. Todd Cummings, is this on Twitch as well? No, I stream to YouTube, one platform at a time. I found that whenever I was multi-streaming to multiple platforms, just about every week the thing would crash on me. I don't know why, but long story short, we stopped doing that and it stopped happening. Great battle here for the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th spots, still contested. Bondurant to the bottom, not quite clear of the 16 of Glass. Another aggressive move out front. Fontaine crossed over to make a block. Didn't quite pay off as the 1 goes to the high side, switches things up all over the tailgate of the 77. 5 laps shy of halfway. Fontaine has been the dominant truck so far, but not by a lot. Certainly not running away with this. Telder, Cummings, Bondurant, all these guys putting on a good show out here, putting down some fast laps. Bondurant on a mission to go back towards the front, challenge these guys, and put that number 11 back out in the win. Moving and shaking in the top 3 has allowed that small 4-truck pack behind them to start to catch as Telder goes to the inside once again, making a move for the lead. Cummings not sure which lane to take. He goes in behind Telder for a moment, now slides up behind Fontaine. Loses a bit of momentum out of turn number 2, but Telder's still at the door of the 77. Can he keep the momentum into turn 3? Drives it way deep, does the crossover, slides up in front of the 77. Here is the crossover. Fontaine goes back to the bottom. He might have a nose in front at the stripe. Man, if this were the last lap, what a first race we'd have. Fontaine doesn't give it up, still maintains the top spot, but now it looks like Bondurant's going to challenge. Here he is to the inside in turn number 1. Wants that lead back. Does he have it? Nope, not enough room to slide up in front of Fontaine. Still side by side out of 2. Bondurant tucked back in behind the 77 now. Single file, the top 5 go. Top 6 trucks now, all kind of up here in their own little area, in their little pack, so to speak. Truck diving to the inside. Not sure if that is Jason Dalton in the 2 or possibly the 28 of Daniels. 28 of Luke Daniels. That was the Ford F-150 that dropped down low to the inside of Cummings, trying to take that spot away, move himself up into P4. 2 of Jason Dalton, a little bit of drafting help, bit of a push for the 63. Didn't really help too much as he dives to the inside now to put the challenge on himself. Fontaine continues to lead, doing a masterful job in keeping that truck out in front. Hasn't been an easy run for the 77. It's looked pretty good. He's been out front most of the afternoon, but he's had his fair share of challengers. Bondurant being just one of them. Telder was another. Cummings has been up there in the mix as well as others. Bondurant looking down one more time. Bondurant drives it way deep into the corner. Slides up, side by side. Bondurant might have him clear out of 2 here. Can the 77 fight back? No. Slide job out of 2. Fontaine looks back down to the inside. Had a good run, didn't want to lift. Through all this, Telder's just watching it like, yeah, I'm going to play 2, boys. Don't forget, I'm back here. Back and forth, back and forth. Bondurant, Fontaine, Telder still in the mix. Great racing here, 53 laps in from Fontana, California. Fontaine battles back and clears Bondurant out of 2. Here we go again. Bondurant back to the bottom. These guys just won't quit. They're putting on a show, and I'm loving every minute of it. At the line, though, Fontaine's still going to be the lap leader. Telder's just sitting here wondering, what can he do with these guys? Telder definitely backing up his corner a bit. Does allow him to get a bit of a run out of the corner. Closes the gap on these leaders, but where's he going to go with it? Telder saving his stuff. You can hear him lifting out of the throttle quite a bit. He's got more in the tank than he's letting show here. Saving those tires, as we talked about early on in the race. Take care of the equipment till later on when it's really time to make a run and for it to make a difference. We're at lap 55 of 100. No sense in pushing the issue too hard. Of course, if Fontaine or Bondurant make a mistake or what have you, Telder is going to pick up the scraps awfully quick. Once again, Bondurant alongside. Question that you gotta ask is, how long can they keep this up? Track temp is only 81 degrees, which is certainly helping this battle shape up the way that it is. But even that said, these guys have got to be abusing the Goodyears underneath these trucks. It's going to come a time where they have to make a decision. Do I want to ride or do I want to lead? Right now, it seems like they both want to lead because this continues to go back and forth at the front of the field. And you can see that it's really slowing the overall pace right now because the rest of the field is really closed back into these top two. There was a time where that top three of Fontaine, Bondurant, and Telder had built a little bit of a gap back to everybody else from fourth on down. But that group has gotten bigger. It's probably a 10 truck, maybe a little bit more pack now. With these two battling for the lead the way that they are. I feel like a broken record. Bondurant to the inside, down into turn one, and maybe some contact. Fontaine slides up the track. If it was contact, it was ever so slight and gentle, but man, the run out of turn number two that Fontaine's going to have, it's not going to be enough, and he doesn't have anywhere to go with Telder to the inside now. Big of a push there, it seemed. Bondurant got a little, hey, hi, how are ya? Thanks for getting into my door. Telder almost did the same thing. Bondurant's got the 77 clear at the stripe. He is going to lead this lap, but Fontaine had a run. He made a move to the outside. Again, these guys just won't quit. Now we've got the top 6, 7 trucks here all together. Bondurant still with the lead, but Fontaine, as per the norm, battling back to the outside. At the line, looks like the 77 is going to lead it this time. Luke Daniels trying to get a piece of this action. It's 3 wide for the second spot behind Bondurant. Fontaine, the meat and the sandwich for just a moment. Daniels backs out of it. Fontaine back to P3. Justin Bondurant finally with a little bit of breathing room when he gets in the fence off of turn 4. The pressure was off and he got too comfortable. The 11 gets the fence and loses the lead the same way as he did earlier on. That's twice that he's given up the top spot on his own. Now they're 3 wide for the 6th position. Bondurant on the high side. You've got the 28 of Daniels there in the middle, Glass on the bottom. You hear it said so often, don't beat yourself. Guess the question remains now with this next pit stop, can Bondurant get the damage fixed and then fight his way back up front again? Oh, there's trouble up with the leaders. Big trouble. Yellow is out. Fontaine is in it. Big impact. The fastest truck on the racetrack might be out of this. Sam Fontaine beaten and battered in the banking right now. Just caught the edge of it in the frame. We'll have to go back and see what happened. That was big. Down into turn 1 here was a 3-truck battle for the lead. Oh, that's what happened. Let's back it up here, get a closer examination here. All right, so what's going to happen, I think, is the 63 of Cummings. He's got a good draft there on the 77 of Fontaine. He's going to try and inch down to the inside. There really isn't a whole lot of room. But if you look close, it seems like there may have been a bit of a net code between himself and the 2 of Dalton. Watch it here. The trucks react like they made contact, but they don't actually hit. Yes, you see it right there, and it just sends the 2 up the racetrack into both trucks. And man, Fontaine is really just going to get the worst end of this. Hard impact to the safer barrier. If that wasn't enough, he's going to get drilled here, I think, by the 3. Right in the right front. That's not good for it. So that was Tim Abril getting a piece of Fontaine as well. And it looks like Bondurant made it through unscathed. So he can now take this opportunity to get those repairs made under the caution flag, which I'm sure he's going to do once again. But biggest competitor, fastest truck on the racetrack, may be out of this. Again, no fast repair here in the Black Horizon Truck Series. So I'm going to assume Bondurant's going to sacrifice the track position to get the repairs made. Try to clean up his act here from here on in. Put on the press to win this race. Plenty of fast guys out there he's going to have to contend with. So course 4 tires, that's a given. Scheduled service all complete, but he's going to wait. Get that truck fixed and make it as straight as he possibly can get it. Still a good handful of trucks on the lead lap, so he's got some work to do. Down and away, 40 seconds in the pit lane, so about 15 of that is tires and fuel. The balance is all repairs. Justin Bondurant, the Monster Energy Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. It's a tall order, but I think he's still a contender. So your new leader, well, it's the Gravedigger, Trey Anderson. I know it's probably a long shot, but I wonder if he's actually related. I think Anderson is the family name. What are the odds? So to take a look at things, it looks like the 85 of Trey Anderson is going to restart as your leader. Brandon Alphin. Again, I'll figure it out, guys, I promise. He's going to restart to the outside. Row 2 on the restart, Steve Miles, Dylan Glass. Then it's row 3, Josh Gagnon and Luke Daniels. Then Jacob Drift, Ben Pierce, Chris Scala, Tyler Brewer is your top 10. Not wasting any time here. I think pace car lights are out. Indeed, they are. So we're going to go back onto the green flag. The next time by, it'll be lap 67 as it goes up. Again, guys, if you're just coming into the stream, we've got some stream chatters hopping in and saying hello. Feel free. It's an open chat. There's a little time delay on it, but feel free to say hello, chat it up. We do appreciate it. It certainly helps things out.
Green flag.
Pace cars off. Green flag waves. We're back underway from Auto Club Speedway. Red Sim Design 200. Back green. Anderson quickly having a challenge here from Dylan Glass. Dylan with no help to the inside with drafting help at all. It's going to open the door for the 7 of Miles, but Glass dives it down to the bottom, drives it way deep into turn 3. Makes it stick. Pretty basic paint, but not a basic drive. Runs P2 as they come to lap 68. Changes lanes, goes up top. The 7 of Miles goes with him. Anderson trying to break the draft, comes back up in front of the pack, gets himself set up for turn 1. Gravedigger still out in front. It's Anderson, Glass, Miles, Alphin, and Gagnon, the top 5. Miles now to the bottom. That number 7 machine making a move to get his name on the leaderboard here. Not going to do it this time by, but if he keeps it up, he may have a shot the next pass. Lap 69, Anderson the leader. Miles to the inside, down into turn 1. Steve Miles clears Anderson off turn 2. Single file down the back straightaway they go. Miles, Anderson, Glass, Alphin, and Gagnon, the top 5. Through turns 3 and 4, things keep switching up here at the front of the field. Miles starts to stretch it out just a bit. About a truck length and a half, maybe even 2 as they're off turn 4. Miles again trying to break the draft from the rest of these trucks. It seems to be paying off just a bit. Does gain a little bit of ground down the back straightaway. It's now about a 3 to 4 truck length advantage. Half a second back to the 85 of Anderson. Anderson's also got his hands full. He's got the 16 of Glass, the 21 of Alphin, top and bottom. Quick and changing the lanes here, trying to block the run from the 16, kind of giving up on the 21. He had too good of a run. Miles right now with the biggest lead we've seen anyone have all day long. Miles enjoying a pretty good advantage over the rest of the field, but right now, take a peek. Look who's coming. Justin Bondurant out of a cannon. He's had two unfortunate situations this afternoon that have cost him the lead both times. Had to stay an extended period of time on pit lane, luckily under caution to get repairs made. Did just that. Well, he's fighting his way back up to the front. He currently runs in the third position, challenging Trey Anderson for P2.
Caution.
And caution is on the speedway. We don't know why. Maybe Matt Telder? Telder in trouble on the speedway. Right side damage. Let's see if we can see what happened here with the one. Been some trouble here today for some of our faster guys. Tried to thread the needle and maybe some net code or just reactionary move for the two. Well, there you have it. You can see it front and center. Right on board here with the two at Dalton. Telder is to his outside. Telder comes down. Again, I can't tell if there's contact there or if that was just a move to avoid contact, but then Dalton comes back up the track. It's hard to say if Telder expected him to still be down in the bottom or if Dalton thought there was room up top. Either way, the two come together. Telder goes to the inside. Some drivers opting for pit stops here, whether they're going to take fuel only, maybe tires. It seemed that that last stop could have possibly been enough to get them to the end. Taking tires. Again, he's got some damage on that truck he want to address as well, so that could explain that pit stop. Cummings with some damage. This might just be these guys closer to the rear of the field, trying to get that truck to handle a little bit better, be a little bit quicker in the wind. Officially 25 laps remaining, a little less for that matter. Steve Miles out in front. Trey Anderson second. Bondurant is third. Amazingly, he's battled his way all the way back up front again. Brandon Alphin is fourth. Dylan Glass fifth. Josh Gagnon sixth. Ben Pierce is seventh. Lucas Strayer eighth. Cedric Ingram is ninth. Jason Dalton 10th. 11th is Chris Scala. 12th, Asher Gwinzy. 13th, Matt Telder, after being involved in that incident that brought us under the yellow for the 5th time today. Lucas Simonson is 14th. Tyler Brewer 15th. Tristan Lattiser 16th. Jacob Drift 17th. Luke Daniels is 18th. And Christine, strong run early. He's back in the 19th spot. 20th is Diego Sainz. Alex Cummings 21st. Sean Petchin, after an early incident, runs 22nd. Tim Averill 23rd. Sam Fontaine, after a crash, he's in the 24th spot after, I think, leading the most laps. I think he locked that up already. Luke Knupp 25th. Jason Clark 26th. 27th, Brian Sutphin. Cameron Ingram runs 28th. Pace car lights are officially out, which means we are on the one to go. Be 23 laps to go when we get the green flag. May, and I emphasize may, be able to make it all the way to the end on fuel. We'll have to wait and see. Could be close. Again, they run a full fuel load here. 100% fuel load. Some tracks and some series may run a reduced percentage to increase the likelihood of a fuel stop under the green flag. Not the case here, though. We haven't needed to add sugar to any of this. This has been a great race thus far. Lots of action, lots of competitive racing, passing across the board, whether it's up front, in the top 10, mid-pack. It's been a blast to watch. Steve Miles, the number 7, he'll take the field to the green here from the inside.
Green flag, green flag.
Bondurant looking to the inside into turn 3 for the lead with ease. I think he's going to clear Miles here and take over the top spot. He does. Plenty of room. .22 laps to go. Miles trying to battle back on the outside. Oh, we do have a car in a wall, it looks like. Gets clear. Everybody tries to avoid. Not sure who exactly that was. Maybe Dalton. Tyler Brewer, maybe. It's the 22 of Chris Scala that got in the wall off of turn number 2. Everybody avoided successfully. Scala has dropped back to the 12th spot. Back on the charge, not wasting any time. Gonna be 3 wide into turn 1 here. This will be for the 10th position. Another battle back up front. Miles trying to challenge Bondurant for the lead once again. He's looking to the outside. Bondurant not taking any chances with that outside wall. He's all the way down to the bottom. Drifts up a little bit on corner exit. But here we go again at the line. Miles right on the back bumper. Slip a piece of paper between those two trucks as they got across the start-finish line. Dylan Glass runs there in third, following the 7 still. Every time, though, Bondurant drops down to the bottom. Again, that is the shorter distance around the racetrack, but you can carry a lot more speed and momentum out of 2. You see that exiting the corner. Bondurant usually gets 2 to 3 truck lengths between himself and Miles, but Miles can close that gap down into the turn through that straightaway, all the way up to the back bumper. This time not quite as much. It's about a truck length and a half between Bondurant and Miles. Miles got alongside of Bondurant there about a half a lap ago. Put the challenge on. Bondurant defended once again. We've got 17 laps to go. That is 17 more laps. But we could force a mistake out of Bondurant. We've seen it twice today while he was leading. If I'm Steve Miles, I'm going to push the issue as hard as I can every single lap and hope the same happens once again. Here he comes, taking a look to the outside. Bondurant goes back low once again. Short trip around. Really has a lot of grip on the bottom of the racetrack there. Slides back up on exit. Bondurant maintaining that top position over Steve Miles. Miles seems to be a bit faster in behind Bondurant here. I don't know if that's just Justin saving his stuff for the late charge that's bound to come, or if Miles is really that much faster. They both pit the last time at the same lap. Both drivers took 4 tires. The only difference really between the two, and even though Bondurant got some repairs made to that Toyota, it still does have a little bit of damage, so aerodynamically may not be that great down the straightaway, and that does seem to be where Miles really closes the gap. Truck length the advantage for the 11 of Justin Bondurant over Steve Miles. It's 13, coming to 13 laps to go. Luke Daniels, through his struggles today, still maintains the 6th position. Still some damage on that F-150, but he's making it work. Dylan Glass running in the third position. Trey Anderson has slid back just a bit into the fourth position. Again, he restarted this race from the top spot, but doing a good job hanging in that top five. Luke Daniels again putting the pressure on. He wants to take that fourth position away. Turn number 4, 11 laps to go. Continue to watch this battle between Trey Anderson and Luke Daniels. Anderson up top in the Gravedigger paint scheme, the number 85. You've got Daniels, it was on the bottom, has now completed that pass. The red and black and white number 28 now up into the fourth position. Open the door there a bit here. Looks like Tyler Brewer making a move to the inside as well. Tyler Brewer up 19 positions into P6, having a good day. Battle for the lead shaping up once again. Bondurant's lead, albeit it wasn't that big to begin with, has started to shrink. Less than 0.2 of a second the advantage for the 11 over Steve Miles. Miles does seem to close the gap here just about every lap, but it seems the 11 has a good run out of 4 every time around. Miles is as close as he's been the last handful of laps, but Glass is also there to the back bumper of the 7. Miles has to be careful and time his move very carefully and diligently to make sure that he doesn't open the door too much for Glass and give up the second spot while he's battling for the lead. You've also got the 28 of Daniels, who's quickly making his way up into this group as well. He's going to challenge now. He wants that third position from Glass. Glass, the number 16, up top, the 28 down low. This is the battle for P3 here with 8 laps remaining. Luke Daniels, little connection issue out of turn 2 for just a moment. Hopefully that doesn't rear its head anymore. Meanwhile, Miles has taken the top spot from Bondurant just now. New leader, Steve Miles, takes it away from Bondurant. I don't think there was an issue with the wall this time as Bondurant hangs to the second position, but Dylan Glass all over him like a cheap suit. So we've got 7 laps to go. Miles to the lead, Bondurant second, Glass P3. Anderson now closing back up. He wants the third spot. Bondurant drops down to slow the advance. Almost contact with Glass. Miles breaking the draft, top to bottom, bottom to top. Six laps to go for Steve Miles. He ran on the tire tracks of Justin Bondurant for just long enough. Decided it was time to go. Miles way up the racetrack. In fact, he's in the wall. He is in the safer barrier while he is leading. That seems to be the theme for the day, except this time it's not Justin Bondurant. He is the beneficiary. The 11 goes back to P1, while Miles has to struggle to get out of the wall and slips all the way back to the 7th position with 5 laps to go. Man, oh man, we said it earlier tonight, don't beat yourself when we saw Bondurant get in the fence twice while leading. He's had to fix that truck multiple times and has worked his way back up front once again and is now the benefactor of the same situation happening to someone else. And there you see Bondurant scrape the wall just a touch. Doesn't slow his momentum this time. Coming to 3 laps to go. He's got 4/10 on the 28 of Luke Daniels. Daniels also has some company in Trey Anderson.
Caution's out.
And the caution's out. Coming to 3 to go. We've got a
Make
yellow.
Sure you got your release mark correct coming into pit road? Yes, I do, sir.
Ben Pierce, Chris Scala involved in this. Well, let's see what happened. Got into it a little bit late. They certainly got together on the backstretch in some way, shape, or form. Let's rewind this a bit. I think the 22 might have caught the fence on his own. Let's find a good angle here. This ought to work. So again, they're both off turn 2 here. And I don't know if Scala just lost power, tried to block. I mean, if that was a block, he was there. There's no block involved there. That's just turning down into a guy. May have something happened prior to that. We don't know. Got some takers on pit lane, though. This will be interesting. Top 4 stay on the racetrack. Current top 4. Bondurant doesn't. He hits pit lane. Into that P1 box. Remember, Bondurant sat on the pole position here tonight. Star of the show was Sam Fontaine for the longest time, but he got caught up into an incident. He's out of this race. Bondurant still has a chance here, but he's going to bolt on 4 fresh Goodyears and get down and away. Looks like he's going to restart this in the 8th position. First truck on the racetrack with fresh rubber. This is going to be interesting. Green-white checkered attempt. We will do up to 2. 2 attempts to get this completed under the green flag. I'm pretty confident of that. Meanwhile, Luke Daniels has taken over the lead. Trey Anderson is 2nd. Tyler Brewer is 3rd. Brandon Alphin is 4th. Chris Dean back up into the 5th spot. 6th is Tristan Lattiser. Diego Sainz is 7th, and Justin Bondurant is 8th. Again, first truck out there with fresh tires. Anderson pit last at lap 64. So did Alphin. Everybody else ahead of Bondurant pit at lap 75. Diego Sainz, it appears he only took right sides on that last stop. So that'll be interesting to watch as well as far as how he gets off with this restart. Really what the speed difference is going to be, the delta, so to speak, if you want to use a road racing term, between the tires and the no tires group. See if Justin Bondurant can close this one out and get it done from 8th place. It is a tall task, but we're going to watch and find out if it can be done. here we go. It's overtime. It's crunch time. It's green, white, checkered time. Pace car about to pull off the banking here and get this thing back underway. It'll be the green flag, the white flag, and then the checkered flag if all goes well. If not, we'll do it one more time. Hopefully we don't need to. Pace car is down pit lane.
Green flag.
Luke Daniels gets away with a good jump. 2 to 3 trucks between himself and Trey Anderson, and we got trouble going into one already. We got somebody spinning down into turn 1. Yellow is out once again. Big trouble. The 41 is in the fence hard. That is Lucas Strayer. I think it was Jacob Drift. Yes, Jacob Drift, the first truck that, well, it was a drift. Let's get a look at what happened there with the 14 machine. The 41, Strayer goes to the bottom, changes lanes abruptly, and just gets the back bumper of that machine, sends him back up the racetrack into himself, essentially. Locks it down. Then Strayer, oh, how they missed him. So does that change things? Bondurant gained 1 position on the restart, so that's just going to change what lane he's in. I think that's going to dump him down to the inside on the restart, which might really be preferred, at least for him with fresh rubber. He can really use the bottom well. So now we got to wonder, is fuel going to become an issue? We're effectively, right now, we're on our second lap of overtime laps, essentially. We had a green, white, checkered that we were going to try right there. We got yellow right away going into 1. This is our second attempt, which would be our final attempt at a green, white, checkered finish. Hopefully we can do that. But these guys that are out front, some of them haven't pit in quite a while. That speaking, Luke Daniels lap 75, Trey Anderson lap 64. Let's ride on board with Luke Daniels, see if he's trying to save some fuel. Just listen and watch the tack. He's shutting that truck down. 2,800. And he's got it clutched at idle. So he's definitely trying to save what he can. Whether he's at a point where he has to, we don't know. It could just be preventative measures. But this could get a whole lot more interesting. I mean, you've got Trey Anderson. He pit at lap 64. If Daniels is in a position where he's low on fuel, Anderson's got to be on fumes right now. If this green flag comes out, a couple of these guys, they cough and don't fire. It could be a disaster for the guys behind him. Right on board with Trey Anderson, see if he's trying to save any fuel at all. Certainly doesn't sound like the same as what Luke Daniels was doing, pushing in the clutch. It's going to get exciting. We're going to find out if everybody can make it here. They're working the back straightaway here. Pace car lights are off, so we will get the green flag the next time by. This will be the race. It's our last attempt at a green, white, checkered finish. Again, we get the green, then they come around, get the white. Then they get the checkers. Now, if the yellow comes out before they take the white, in this case, that will end the race. Figure out who is where based on the timing and scoring, but we'll make sure that we do that. Hopefully, you don't need to worry about it. Pace car is off.
Green flag.
Daniels takes the outside lane for the restart. He gets the jump over Anderson down into turn one. A little bit more behaved this time. Luke Daniels still out in front off of turn number 2. Changes lanes quickly. He's got Bondurant coming to the inside. Daniels changes lanes to block the run from the 11. They're through turns 3 and 4. Bondurant looks to the inside, and there's trouble. There's contact off 4. Big wreck. This is going to do it. I think Bondurant's going to be your winner. Very well could be the case. We're going to have to go back and take a look. Luke Daniels, while leading, there might have been some contact there. Bondurant in the bottom. He wiggled big time. He did slide up the track. We'll back it up. Watch the 11 truck. He is on that bottom. He starts to come up. He catches that seam. Truck gets a little out of shape, and he slides up the racetrack, gets into the 28. Again, it seems like a bit of netcode. It'd been a problem here today as well, but I think they would have made contact anyway. But that's it coming off of 4, and I think Bondurant's going to be your winner. Take a look at it once again here. This is again coming off turn number 4. This is coming to the white flag. It was 3 wide. Massive impact for Anderson. He goes through the air. And nobody's lifting here. They're all trying to get back to the line. So I think that's going to be official. It says unofficial right now. Bondurant crosses the stripe first. No burnouts for the 11. So it looks like that's going to put us with Miles and Chris Dean as your second and third place finishers. We're going to step out, take a break, and hopefully be back with our top 3 finishers in the broadcast booth after this. Stay with us.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
big time development here from Auto Club Speedway. Justin Bondurant receiving an EOL penalty for contact coming to the stripe. That's going to give the win to Stephen Miles in the number 7 machine. Waiting for Miles to get pulled up into the broadcast area here. We can get a word with him. He's in with race control now. In fact, he is ready with us at this point. Let's pull Miles into the broadcast booth and get a word with our race winner, Steve Miles. It's Steve Singer in the HBR TV booth. You got a good copy?
How you doing, man? Yeah, I got a copy.
I'm doing pretty good. I don't know a whole lot about you guys coming into this season because we haven't ever broadcast for anybody or you guys yet. But, man, what an exciting race. Came down to the last couple of corners. You had pace out there, but it came down to a big issue. EOL for the guy that crossed the line first, but you end up with the checkered flag. So congratulations, and walk us through your race.
Yeah, it was a long race. I felt like I picked the wrong setup at the beginning, me and my teammates, and we just fell to the back and rolled around and tried to make it to a strategy race with fuel, but some cautions came out and we decided to start pushing to the front, and we seen the leaders get into it, and that's really when the race really opened up. And realized when me and Alpin was like, we just gonna go for it, and I got to the lead, and just got in my head watching Bondurant behind me, and I got in the wall, and it was over. That my race was over with. I was just trying to fight and get a top 3, but then luckily that caution came, and it was already people on fresh tires, so we had a chance to get on fresh tires. And that first restart, I went to the bottom, gained a spot or 2 to start on the outside with my teammate, and Bondurant was fast. I mean, he got to the inside line, and I knew I had to get down there with him to for me and him to fight it out on the last lap. But I guess he got a little loose and got into my boy Luke, and luckily I missed it by inches, just like a wreck earlier. I was just lucky today to get this victory.
It's very, very interesting the way that this race progressed. Again, we watched Justin make a couple of mistakes while leading tonight, and it cost him. He got his way back up to the front, and then you were leading. You did the same thing, and then he gets by you, and then at the end of this race, well, I don't know if it was a mistake, him getting loose, or just going full send into 3 and 4, but nevertheless, he ends up with the EOL. You end up in victory lane, so congratulations.
Thank you. I would like to thank my teammates, man. I wouldn't be here without them. Scholar, Alpin, and Strayer. We got a strong team, and we had some bad luck, but I mean, this is my first win in this league, and I've been close a couple times, and I mean, it's so competitive. Everybody races 100% almost every lap, and you gotta really have a all-out race and make everything come together to win these. And I'm just lucky to be here.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. A little bit of both helps too. But speaking of lucky and good, are you any good at Phoenix? Because we head there next week.
No, I never raced at Phoenix, but I mean, I never raced here either. So I mean, we just gonna take practice day by day and then try to get fast and do like I did today. Try to get a top 5 or 10, just points, man. That's all that matters towards the end of the whole season is points and being there at the end.
Well, Steven, thanks for talking to us. We're gonna let you go here, but anyone else you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Asheville Rooftops, Bar Tours, my girlfriend, God, and you for coming on board, and I'm pretty sure you'll do an amazing job. I've seen some of your work. You're a good broadcaster, so just welcome to the league.
Thanks for the welcome, Steve, and thanks for the kind words, man.
Thank you.
Well, Steve Miles, your race winner here by, well, thanks to the officials, thanks to contact. Tough call. It's not fun when you got to put it in the officials' hands, but it is what it is. Nevertheless, Miles is going to take it. Any way you can get it, you're going to take that checkered flag. So congratulations to Stephen Miles, your race winner here at Auto Club. Next, we're going to go to Chris Dean, now our second place finisher. Chris, it's Steve in the broadcast booth. You got a good copy?
Yes, sir.
Chris, congratulations, man. Second place finish. I know things got a little crazy there at the end. You had some issues mid-race, a couple of wrecks, maybe just one. I know there was some damage on that truck. Walk us through the issues and how you battled back to finish P2.
Man, it was kind of a hectic and I would say emotional night. Went from, qualifying decent to running, top 3, 4 for the first, I don't know, third or half of the race, and then got in an incident where I got I think it was 2.5 minutes of damage. Didn't pit, dropped back to 23rd. Was about to go a lap down. A caution came out. I was able to fix half my damage. Ran a little bit more. Another caution, fixed all my damage. And then just how the end of the race worked out, man. Honestly, it's a shocker. I was able to somehow finish third.
Well, we saw you restart towards the front when you had that damage, and you just fell like, well, an anchor into Lake Michigan, and it didn't look good for you. I was like, there's no way he's going to battle his way back up. But, man, you got lucky with the cautions. Crew did a good job fixing that truck, and here you are in top 3. Good job.
Yeah, can't complain. Definitely a 180 on the emotions.
Chris, next week we go to Phoenix Raceway, certainly a significantly different racetrack than what we have here at Auto Club. What are your thoughts rolling out there?
I mean, I've won that race before. That's one of my best racetracks, so, I expect to be up front minimum.
All right, Chris. Well, again, congratulations on P2. We're going to let you go. Is there anyone you want to shout out to before we do?
Yeah, man. Shout out to my team, man. KJD2. It's the best team in this league on sim racing. So shout out to them. Shout out to the league, and shout out to you for putting this on.
All right, Chris. Thanks for the kind words, man. And we'll see you next week in the desert.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Was Chris Dean, the Dean Machine, finishing P2 here. Now we're going to go to Josh Gagnon. Again, I hope I'm saying his name right. That's my guess. Josh, it's Steve in the HBR TV booth. You got a good copy?
I am here. How you doing, Steve?
Good, Josh. Gagnon, am I saying that right?
Gagnon, Gagnon.
Well, we'll figure it out. It's going to take me a while. I know.
Say it.
Either way, you're here, third place finish, however you say your name. Good run. I know a little bit was kind of by default with some officials' decisions at the end, but hey, it doesn't take away the finish. A third place run here at Auto Club. Tell me about your night.
Yeah, when things work out well, they work out well, and I can't complain about it. The strategy was kind of hang back, be chill, let the wrecks happen, and attack when the time was right, and that's what happened, and it worked out, and I'm happy to be here right now.
Josh, again, I'm unfamiliar with all of you guys, and is this your first season with Black Horizon? Have you been here for a while?
This is my third.
Your third, okay.
Yeah.
So you got some experience racing around these guys. We talked about that earlier on in the race, how there might be some new drivers, there might not be. But you got to kind of feel everybody out, feel how they're going to race around you, and get kind of comfortable with everybody. Was there a little
100%.
bit of nervousness in the beginning of this race?
Oh yeah, for sure. There was a few drivers that I haven't raced around, and then it's just nerves in general. Coming in any one of these races, I want to do good for my team. I want to do good for my sponsor. So those nerves are going to be there, but you add in that additional factor of new drivers that none of us have ever been around. It can get pretty interesting.
Well, you made it work. A top 3 finish. Can you back it up at Phoenix next week?
Oh, I'm going to try.
All right, Josh. Well, thanks for talking to us, man. We'll let you go. Who do you want to shout out to?
I want to give a huge shout out to my team, Ace Racing, Sean, Ben, and Jacob. They really helped me out through this, and my sponsor, Soul Cannabis. Thank you.
All right, Josh. Congratulations, man. We'll see you next week in the desert.
Of course. Thank you.
Josh Gagnon? Gagnon? I'm going to work on that. We'll get him right eventually. What can we do? Well, that's going to wrap it up here from Auto Club Speedway. Let's take a look at our race results. Of course, we talked to our top 3. Justin Bondurant, the first to cross the stripe, but unfortunately for Justin, sent to the rear of the field after contact coming off of turn 4, causing a massive wreck that would have been our 7th caution. That was our final opportunity to green-white checker, so unfortunately, Bondurant getting the end-of-line penalty. Went from first to worst, so tough break for him. Big hill to climb next week at Phoenix. But our race winner now, Stephen Miles, we talked to him. Chris Dean was 2nd. Josh Gagnon was 3rd. 4th, Dylan Glass. Then it was Jason Dalton, Cedric Ingram. Diego Sainz went from 2 laps down to finish P7. Wonderful job. This is why you don't give up. Tristan Laddiser, I'm still working on that one. P8. 9th was Matt Telder after a strong run up towards the front. Then Lucas Simonson, Asher Gwinsey, Ben Pierce, Jacob Drift, Alex Cummings, Chris Scala. Luke Daniels finished P16. Brandon Alfin 17th. Sean Petchin, strong run up front early, finishes 18th. Tyler Brewer, Trey Anderson. Lucas Strayer was 21st. 22nd, Tim Abril. 23rd, Sam Fontaine, after I think leading the most laps. 43 laps down, unfortunately, though, caught up in an incident and out of this race early. Cameron Ingram, 24th. 25th, Luke Knapp. 26th, Jason Clark. And last but not least, Brian Sutphin. Don't think he took the green flag. He's classified as 103 laps down. No, maybe he was in that caution on the first. Yeah, so he did run the first few laps, but last place with the exception of Bondurant going to the tail of the field. So that's going to wrap it up for us here at Auto Club Speedway. Thank you guys all for tuning in. If you haven't already done so, the most important thing you can do now, like, follow, share, subscribe, turn on the notifications, youtube.com/@symbol, the letters HBR and the number 1. That's the site you can watch us on, and also facebook.com/HBRTV1. We do post the links for the YouTubes, the streams there as well. Occasionally some posts throughout the week. Don't worry, we don't go nuts with it, but we do appreciate the like, the follow, the share, subscribe, turn on the notifications. All those things certainly help spread this to a little bit wider of an audience, and it helps the channel as a whole. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night.